in protecting ourselves from the sun. Remembering the sunscreen is a good start, but there is much more to it than that. As UV Safety Month rolls on, we've got Dr. Aimee Duffy here with some helpful advice. Welcome. Happy summer.
Good morning. Thank you.
First, let's talk about the concerns with UV exposure. It's not just skin cancer, right?
Yeah. I mean, skin cancer is a big deal, right? So we have like 1 in 5 people will get skin cancer by the time they're 70. It's the #1 cause of cancer in the U.S., but there's also concerns about eye damage. So macular degeneration and cataracts are both huge risks when you look at UV exposure, and not taking care of your eyes as well is important, and your skin.
Yeah.
So, you know, just anti-aging type stuff or premature aging. I mean, we spend billions of dollars on the aesthetics market, right, with products and lasers and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, if you could just have a little bit less UV exposure, you might save some dollars along the way.
Go back and take better care of skin, right? There is a pretty cool app that you like that serves as a guide. What does it do?
There's a lot of different ones, but this one particularly I like because it tells you, you know, this morning where you are. And when you put your data in about what type of skin type you have, then it will tell you how many minutes you can spend in the sun before you need to get out.
Okay, so you're right now at moderate. Leave that right there.
And then like this will tell you, you know, throughout the day what the forecast is. And right here it tells me right now if I spend some time in the sun based on where the UV is, that 1 hour is good enough.
Okay.
But as we get farther in the day, the UV is going to go up and it'll say, you know, you got 10, 15 minutes, but
some people like it measurable like that. Others just wear a hat, keep slathering it on, whatever you got to do. We're talking about some mistakes to avoid though when you're out in the sun. First, remember that sunglasses are not just for vanity, looking fabulous.
I brought
These
you
are
some
important.
you can
Thank
play.
you.
You know, rainbow sunglasses, you know, whatever you want. But again, that protection for your eyes is really important. So it's not just about looking bougie and looking good, but like make sure that we're protecting our eyes as much as you can. I mean, maybe not. I lost a pair in the ocean already, so, you know, you want to wear your sunglasses, you know, all the time if you can, if you're going to be out in the sun.
I know, that's why I hesitate to even take these off. I like wearing them all the time. Looking for any, these can be cheap, or what's the lens?
I mean, the best you can do. I mean, if you know, now they have these UV protection type stuff, but I mean, anything's going to give you better than nothing.
Good, big fan of the shades. And then also, back onto the sunscreen, it's not enough to just slather on because we also have to check expiration dates. Those are for real.
Look at this gross one I found in my bin of sunscreen. It's 2021. You know, so it's not going to harm you to put it on, but it's not going to be as effective as something that's new. So you just, you know, kind of spring cleaning, you need to go through your bin and just get rid of the old sunscreens.
And sometimes that one's watery and old and it's just not working. Okay.
Might have a weird color.
We do need to absorb the sunscreen properly. So what do we keep in mind to make that effective?
You know, most days you get all these sprays, right? And the sprays are fine, but they're going to be needed to reapply more often. And particularly, you know, if you're getting out of the water, you need to dry off before you're going to put the sunscreen back on again, because it's just going to, you know,
a wet kid walking out of the pool, walking through the mist is not going to be
so frequent application, but also making sure that your skin is dry. And don't forget about your feet.
Tops of feet can burn.
At the beach last week, and lots of burned feet because you forget to spray your feet.
Yeah, make it a habit. And then there are people that obviously they head into the higher altitudes. They're going hiking. They're spending time by the water, and the sun surprises them up there. What should they keep in mind?
Yeah. Well, #1, you're higher altitude, you're closer to the sun. I think a lot of people think about, oh, sunscreen because we're going to the beach or we're going to the pool, but anytime you're going to be outside, so you're hiking, fishing, things like that, you need to remember that you need to protect yourself at that point too. And even if you're sitting under an umbrella or shade in the sun, it's going to reflect off the water, it's going to reflect off the sand, so you still need to think about sunscreen even if you're in the shade.
Yep, and another thing that impacts skin health is just not hydrating enough. Hydration ties into every single lesson we ever...
I got to bring my water bottle every time because it's just drink more water. But skin health, that dry skin, those anti-aging wrinkles, if you're not taking care of hydration, you're going to have more damage to your skin too.
And then I like this one too because whatever happens, we're going to be out in the sun. There's going to be some times where we're a little lax or something. Whatever happens, moisturizer when you come back from being out in the sun. What does that do?
Because the sun is dehydrating, you can imagine the sun is drying up your plants, it's drying up your lawn, it's drying up your skin. So make sure you stay hydrated, and when you get back from being out in the sun, put a good hydration on. I like this one because it's like a cooling effect, but it also adds more hydration to your sun. So any product you have, any lotion, you know, moisturizer, whatever you want to use, but think about moisturizing post-sun exposure as well.
And before we go, we don't want to beat down the sun. There's some positive things. Let's go through those real quick.
So one of the things we see is vitamin D deficiency because everybody's staying out of the sun. So vitamin D is good for you, immune system, your mood. We're happier when it's sunny outside. So get some sun. Just make sure you're doing it during the times when the UV is low.
I can follow these instructions. Dr. Aimee Duffy, thank you very much for making it easy for us. People can find you at Carolina Integrative Medicine on Tiger Boulevard in Clemson.